All right. Hello. Today I'm going to be shooting a project of my neighborhood block, pretty much around the entire neighborhood. Multiple houses, I would say, probably about 20-ish. I'm going to record the process and let you guys follow along. This is probably going to be broken down into 2 or 3 parts. One would be the capturing. 2 might be capturing from the street level with a camera. And the last part will be stitching the photos together in reality capture at a later point. Let's get started. First, I will be using an app called Drone Harmony. Let's see, where did I put it? Here we go. Now, I believe you have to get this app from their website, as I believe it's unlisted in the App Store. When you go to their website and click the Android link or the iPhone link, it will pull up a page that you can't search for directly. As a matter of fact, I can show you that. Yeah, let's see. Download now. Yeah, unreleased app. It's already installed on my phone, but I don't think you'll be able to find it in the Play Store just searching for it. You'll have to go to their website, I believe. So, let's open the app. I'm just going to click the little GPS icon to make it zoom into my current location. And you can see where I'm at. I think I'm going to try to capture this block from Warwick to Dundee from the sky. Let's see. I'm going to select add a polygon. Tap the first corner, the second corner, third. That looks good to me. And then done. This software allows you to orbit specific buildings and such. So if I was to trace out around a house, I could say that house is 30 feet tall, capture the walls and the roof. But in this case, we're just going to say it's 0 feet high for the ground, because that's just the area I want to cover. And that orange color is a good ground color, I believe. Now let's see. Coverage looks good. I'm going to hit add a flight path. I want, yes, you can see if I actually did buildings, but I just want top down. Select the liftoff location. This little nubbin in my driveway should do. Landing location, same as liftoff. And I'm going to do this in 3 tiers. One at 350 feet. Yeah, compute optimal flight direction, that all sounds good. Overlap, 60% overlap. You can turn that up or down. I'm just going to leave it at 60%. Advanced, yes, it is the Mavic Pro. And I want the drone to face forward at all times. And the default gimbal pitch down, 90 degrees, facing straight towards the ground. It does allow you to angle it up and down to your liking, but I'm just going to leave it at the default. Generate. And as we can see here, it has generated a flight path at 350 feet to take pictures at each one of those circles with 60% overlap and return to home. So this looks good to me. I'm going to click off of that. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Add another flight path, top down, pretty much the same. Liftoff and landing location. This time I'll do 200 feet. And you can see right below the 200 it says image resolution about 3/4 of an inch per pixel. Waypoint count 50. Now I believe it's going to use all the settings I used last time, and I'll just hit generate. Let's rotate that straight again, straight as I can get it anyways. Alright, so now we can see the second one. Because it's closer to the ground, to get 60% overlap, it has to take more pictures. Let's do it again. And I happen to know that the tallest trees around here happen to be 70 feet in the air. So I could probably go 100 foot up and be totally safe, but I'm just going to do 120. That's as much as I'm comfortable with. About half an inch per pixel. That's more detail than I could achieve any other method. So let's generate that path and look at it here. And it's a lot of pictures. All right. Now, if you click this little 3D cube looking icon in the lower corner, you can see a 3D representation of your flight path. You can see multiple flight paths if you click them here on the right, and the drone. And as a matter of fact, you can hit play or drag this little blue dot along the bottom and see the drone, the angle of the camera, and on the ground the area that it's going to capture at each waypoint. So everything looks good here. Let's go outside and take off and fly this. Okay, we're outside. We got the drone in the spot, and I'm gonna see how good I can clean this audio up afterwards. But for now, let's see. I've turned the remote on, and it's asking me what app to use. Drone Harmony. There we go. And I don't want that one. Let's start with the 350 foot one. The drone is already turned on. Oh, one thing I should mention is make sure your camera make sure your camera is shooting the RAW. In the top right corner, you can click the little camera icon. Menu, single photo, image format RAW. If you'd like, you can do RAW plus JPEG, but I'm not going to worry with all that. I'm also going to make sure that it's on the M for manual. And I can see a little bit of the sky in the picture. And if you look here, my EV meter at the bottom right corner, the little lines there, is saying that I'm about 1/3 of a stop underexposed. I'm doing this on purpose so that whenever I'm flying in the sky, I won't be able to adjust the exposure for each image. I want them all to be identical. So this is kind of my way of making sure I don't clip the highlights even on white vehicles in the driveway and miscellaneous items that I'm probably want the details on. So a little underexposed is okay. So everything looks good here in the camera settings. correct flight plan selected, I'm going to hit play. Maximum speed. I want this to go as fast as possible. My neighbors will probably get nervous if a drone is hovering over their backyard for too long. So the quicker I can get the picture and just keep on moving, the better. So we'll go at the maximum speed allowed. I do want them to be precise as possible. I'm using a shutter speed of, I believe, 1/1600 of a second, which should remove any motion blur even if the drone was traveling super fast. But one thing I've found that, especially using reality capture, it can use the GPS coordinates in the metadata to help align the pictures. It won't fix crappy pictures, but it does help a lot. If you do the precise image and stopping, the GPS coordinates and the pictures tend to turn out a lot better. So I'm going to do that. Next here, at the end of mission, do I want it to hover, auto land? Signal loss. Yeah, everything looks good. Flight review. Everything looks good here. Now, if your remote is in sport mode, it won't let you go. You have to put it in the P mode. So I'm going to hit launch drone. We're going to see it uploading the plan. And there we go. And we're off. It'll automatically bring up the camera preview. And if I look here on the map, I can see the drone's position and whatnot. It's still trying to achieve the 350 foot. Oh, it's already there. And there we can see it taking off. Let's go back to the camera. There we go. We can see it angling down now. And it has started taking the pictures. Okay, from here on out, this part would be pretty boring as you're just waiting and watching the drone in the sky, and letting it do its own thing, fly through the waypoints. We'll just cut here, and after all these pictures have been taken and all three of these flight paths have been flown, we'll come back and see what the next step is. Okay. Okay, after flying the drone, I'm going to walk the neighborhood with a wide angle lens in my camera, and I'm just going to take pictures of the house, take a step, take another picture, take a step, take another picture. But I'm going to do this from both sides of the street and try to capture at least the front of every house and add to the detail that the final model will render. Tops of trees or sides of trees and sides and backs of houses is out of the question. I'm not about to go hopping people's fences trying to get pictures of people's backyards and such. I think this is just a little extra step. It would work just fine with just the drone's pictures from a top-down view, and it would get a little bit of the sides of the houses, but not much. Now, one important thing to note is the angle difference between the top-down view of the drone and my completely horizontal view at street level is going to be such a really drastic difference, and it's going to be really hard for reality capture uh, to figure out the features and how they relate to each other from such drastic differences in angles and just altogether all around. Um, what I've done is this camera doesn't have a built-in GPS, but I can use the GPS on my phone to and Bluetooth my phone to the camera, and that should help in most of the alignment process. There might be a few control points, like the camera might make one uh, separate component, whereas the drone tries to make another component. And I might be able to just put in 3 or 4 control points, hopefully not that many, and it should snap the two together. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna go walk around the block and probably take about 1,000 pictures. We'll see how this turns out. Okay, just a quick little update. I decided instead of every few steps just taking a picture straight on like I described, I'm shooting mostly panoramic every 10 to 20 feet. It should cut down on my walking a lot and still provide good enough results for the level of detail I'm looking for. I'm not looking for perfect reconstruction of each home. That would just be too much for the scale of this project, but I believe this will be good enough. You'll see the results in the end. Also, I had a run-in with one of the neighbors. They were curious as to why I was standing outside taking pictures in front of their home, but he recognized me as the guy down the street that flies the drone, and I just explained it's a hobby and I'm just out here having fun, and all went pretty smooth. So yeah, I'm trying to hurry up. It is extremely hot out here. I believe the temperature on the weather app on my phone just said it was 105 degrees, and I am dying. I'm about halfway through, and yeah, I'm gonna try to wrap this up and get back in that air conditioning ASAP. Later.